Hi, my name is Sandra Sylburne, and you're tuned into SANDI'S SPOTLIGHT on my YouTube channel, where we cover interesting topics, people, and places. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Carl Rose Green, aka Grandmaster Rosa, or simply Rosa, or affectionately known in Jamaica as Emperor Rosa. He's the owner of the legendary sound Soul to Soul, and he's also the owner of Turntable Restaurant and Lounge. And this is where we are right now, having this wonderful interview with a living legend right here in Canada. Rosa, the legend. I've been sitting with a legend. Woo-hoo! Not much people get to do that, right?
That's right.
So, Rosa, tell me the age when you got started in this business.
Well, I can tell you the year. I don't remember how old I was. I'm so old today. So,
Well, when I grow up, I want to look just like you.
wow. It's about 1963, 64.
How old were you?
About 16, 17. So
Wow. And how many years have you been in the business? Like, how many years?
More than 50, like 54, 55, somewhere around there.
Amazing, amazing. And you've played in some notable places in Jamaica. Tell the audience, where have you played?
To be more specific, all 14 parishes of Jamaica.
Wow.
All.
So what's the most memorable experience? Like when you first started out, what was your first, wow moment?
Well, I was a legend in Montego Bay where I'm from.
Wow.
And the first year we went to Kingston to play, it was about 1977. And after we finished playing, there was a place called Daily News in New Kingston that we played along with Echo Vibration. They didn't want the song to come back to Montego Bay.
Are you serious?
They never wanted the song to come back.
They wanted the song to stay in Kingston?
They bought us clothes and we stayed there the complete week.
Wow.
Before we returned to Montego Bay.
That is something else. That is a serious thing. Well, and then now fast forward to Canada. I remember as a young filly, that's what they called him at the time. That was my first experience. I attended a Soul to Soul event and I fell in love with Soul to Soul since that time. I've been going for years, but I'm not going to say how many years because I don't want to say my age. So this is where I was introduced to soul music, real soul music, because I grew up in England, and in England it was reggae music because all of the, everybody was coming from Jamaica migrating to England, so they brought the culture with them. So I was listening to that. And when I moved to Canada now, it became, they were just being introduced to dancehall. So I didn't know anything about soul music or anything like that. But when I went to Rosa's Soul to Soul, it was at the first Soul to Soul party I went to was at Eglinton and
Glenholm.
Oh, Glenholm, right, up at
Upstairs.
Eglinton West. Yes, upstairs. Place was ram. It was so beautiful. It was such a great experience, and I've been going ever since. And since that, I've grown with the sound. I can literally walk into a place and I know when Soul to Soul is playing or the Grandmaster has set up because the sound is just different. It's like you're literally feeling the music to your bones, and a lot of people can attest to that. You always know the difference. So there's no bias to any other sounds, but I'm just not telling you what I know. Real sound system. So Rosa, currently you are booked out every weekend. Plus you run Turntable. I mean, like, where are you playing in the city? Like, who are you playing for?
Well, basically, I mainly play for like the alumni here.
Oh.
And
The school alumni.
Yeah,
The
the
school-
school
oh,
alumni.
okay.
And
What are some of the school alumni? Because I don't.
90% of the high school are primary schools from Jamaica that has alumni here.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay. So like you don't have
Kingston
Katie or
College, yeah, Homewood, Rossi's, Cornwall College School I used to go to. Basically most of them.
Wow. So tell me about that, because I know that you mentioned something about Cornwall College, and then you were doing, you had a whole different career in Jamaica. And then what happened?
Yeah, when I left Cornwall College in 1965, I did an apprenticeship surveyor, land surveyor, and architect draftsman.
Wow.
So I gave it up after a couple of years.
For music?
Yeah. So I didn't know the fundamental of music until I entered the broad forefront to see what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
So I took it to another level, whereas normally in those days in Jamaica, you have like a sound that specializes in reggae music.
Yeah.
You have a sound that specializes in soul music. But one of the things that we started doing is play every type of music. So we attract a wider cross section of people coming to where we were playing. Because you know you can get those days it was like disco music, soul music, reggae music, calypso music, etc.
Well, Rosa, you're a real historian. So in your career, what have been some of the highlights? Like I know you've met a lot of artists. Like name some of the like way back to coming up.
Almost every artist, like legendary artists in Jamaica. I met Bob Marley and the Wailers at their place in Kingston. I was a brethren friend of Dennis Brown, known him very good. The Heptones, Leroy Simmons, we used to live on the same street when I used to reside in Kingston in Kemcott. I played Heptones.
Oh, yeah.
I know the Cables, Cable Mom and the Cables. Oh. And Peter Tosh, very good. I know Peter very good.
Peter Tosh.
Yeah, very good.
You hear these historic, legendary.
Jacob Miller.
Wow.
I remember the day when he died, we were playing at Slowly Southgate Plaza in Kingston.
So Rosa, I know you know a lot of the legendary artists. Who are some of the artists that you still know that? Like I've seen you with Freddie and Marcia and Freddie McGregor, Marcia Griffiths. You're like buddies with these, you know. And I've come to know a lot of artists and DJs and the business also through Rosa. So I'm very grateful for that. But what are some of the younger artists then? Who have you worked with or?
Well, you know, I get to know. While I'm here with Soul to Soul, I got to know a lot of promoters here. I try to be promoters.
Yeah.
So what I used to do, I encourage them into which artists had the good crowd pleasing to book those artists to come here. Like I recommended Bounty Killer to whoever brought it here before.
Okay.
Merciless, Be the Man.
Wow.
And it goes on and on and on. Most of it, because you see what used to happen is I used to go to Jamaica really and cut the plates, right?
Okay.
So I met up with those artists when they were just making waves.
So this was before all the technology.
Exactly.
So you'd have to fly down.
Right. And
this is some serious history
that
right here.
Dub plate, like you go to King Tubby's or Channel One or Joe Gibbs to cut dub plate and the dub plates, as it's called, right?
Yes.
So then you meet some artists when they don't even have a record.
So
but
do
they
you
were like DJing or singing the dances.
Okay.
So
right.
I met those artists, I voiced them, came back here and recommended them to producers to bring them here for shows.
Okay. I know you live for the dub plate. You just have so many. But name some of the rare dub plates that you have. Like I know that there's so many sound clashes, but I know that those sounds do not have what you have. Name one.
Yeah, that's but like I do things different from most sound system people, right? I would voice like even some of the R&B artists, like the older ones, like Dorothy Moore, those older artists, right? Ray Goodman and Brown.
Ray Goodman and Brown?
Dead Phonics, William Hart, a good friend of mine too, you know? I put those guys on double it. People think about that. It's not like
you're talking about those, like the Manhattans and those kind of Actually, so do they just sing their song and then they put Rosa in it, or is there a way?
Most of the times, I take the song and I write it the way I want them to sing it.
So did you hear that? Rosa is a songwriter. He's a songwriter. This is incredible. Like I didn't even know. Like I've been around.
It's just doing it different, you know, because you don't want to play the same thing like everybody's playing.
Yeah.
You want to do
You want to be unique.
Yeah, in a different style. So I do it in a different style.
That's a true legend though. That's what legends do.
Rosa, I've heard it all before. And love is that two-way street. You have to give something to this relationship. And soul to soul is always something up with you. And all I've got to say is give you the best years of my life, and I gave you all. Rosa, I stood right by your side through all your ins and outs, your fears and all your doubts. And
We'll get to our next point now. The gateway for sounds entering Canada, I can say Soul to Soul, you know, seems to be responsible for what I heard, but I'd like you to tell me the story. How did that happen? Because, you know, the songs were playing in Jamaica, we were getting the cassette tapes, and then all of a sudden they were coming. How did,
okay.
Who are you link up with?
Okay, the first set of like Jamaica song that came here, I think it was Ramsey Dread who brought him here.
Okay.
So then, because I knew so many of the songs in Jamaica those days by like going and coming,
Yeah.
they always calling me to say, book for a date up here, man. So whenever a promoter wants to keep a dance, I can always recommend that song to him. So that is how you have songs like Bass Odyssey and Super D and Jam Rock and those songs start coming in.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you were
because
really
yes,
the link.
Yeah. So
Ah,
yeah.
Rosa was the link. Well, on July the 8th, Rosa is having his annual birthday, and Rosa is going to be 70. And of course, he's having it at the Jamaican Canadian Association, and all the greats are flying in. We have Weepo, Metro Media, Senior Daily, you know, Raytown specialist. You know, and I just thought, did you want to add anything, Rosa, to that?
Yeah, well, I have a couple more invitees. I've got the okay for me for getting to come if they're not busy, you know, like Freddie and Marcel.
Freddie McGregor and Marcel.
Yeah, I invited them.
They're invited, you know, we didn't say they're coming, but they're invited, so you don't know.
So one of the things that we used to do, really, to find out a good song, you check on the artist, right? The way, what the hits that the artist had before.
So basically,
the writers of the songs, the label that it came on.
So hold on now. So in those days, you had to do research. There was no click a button, Google, and Wikipedia tell you everything.
Everything
you had to actually use your brain.
Yes, everything was in there.
Oh my! Yeah. Anyway, we're coming to a close, and I just felt, Rosa, I just wanted to thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you, because you know the thing I go worldwide and all these things. But you know, I felt that the story needed to be told. We hear about Soul to Soul. We've been going to the parties over and over and over and over again, but we don't actually know all these. Even today, I've learned new things all over again. But I thought I know everything about Rosa. But you know, we needed the story to be told to the masses to hear, and the rare gem that you are, and the contribution to our entertainment in Canada, and to the people that you have helped grow in the industry too. So I would just like to thank you again. You don't know, sir, I'm going to be at the birthday party. I never miss it. I'm always there. 70 years old. That is, and all this history, it is, I'm blessed to be sitting beside a true living legend. Like, subscribe, share my YouTube video. Thank you all for listening. Until next time, this is SANDI'S SPOTLIGHT signing off.
Too blessed to be stressed.
And I want the people them know it's Soul to Soul with Grandmaster Rosa, the song where I defend. We have to let some people them know where it's at. See? And I'm going to remind the people them again, this is Soul to Soul with Grandmaster Rosa. We play original.